Every phone should come with a period tracker app. So you know the hormonal cycles.
Yes, please.
They should track when you've ovulated and when you're feeling like unstable. She does not need a solution. She needs cheesecake. Oh my god.
हेलो नमस्ते एंड वेलकम टू टिंडर स्वाइप राइड. आई एम कुशा कपिला और मैं आ गई हूँ एक स्वीटी को उसकी टिंडर डेट पे छोड़ने के लिए. देखो मैं ये अकेले भी कर सकती थी और वीडियो कॉल पे कर सकती थी, पर हम नहीं करते हैं अकेले. वी डू दिस विद अ वेरी वेरी स्पेशल सेलिब्रिटी जो आएंगी ऑन दिस गेड़ी विद द लेडीज. वी टुक सम टाइम टू कम अप विद दैट राइम. She's an actor par excellence. आपने देखा है उनको रमन राघव 2.0 में, PS1 and PS2 में, Night Manager Part 1 and Part 2 में. Basically whatever she stars in उसका sequel तो बनता ही बनता है because she is so good in it. The very gorgeous, the beautiful, the incredibly talented and my favorite Sobhita Dhulipala.
What's up? I thought you'd give a Made in Heaven reference.
अरे वो करेंगे ना हम जो.
अच्छा, her date should be Made in Heaven.
Yes.
Focus, yeah.
उनको मिलेगा अपना man of dreams. मैं आपको बताऊं आज कौन आने वाला है.
कौन आने वाला है?
Her name is Aishwarya. She's 27 years old. She's a creative strategist. और उन्होंने बहुत ही creatively strategize करी है अपनी Tinder की bio.
Okay.
It is looking for human form of meftal.
Wow. The complete man.
The complete man जो आपके दर्द आपसे ले जाए. So let's look at some of her pictures. This is Aishwarya looking for plenty of fish in the sea. This is sexy Aishwarya. Oh, एक के साथ एक cutie free. I like that. This is Aishwarya in a sari.
I love saris, man. I feel like girls look so like sexy and beautiful.
I absolutely agree with you.
I hope she wears one today.
Okay, she's not wearing one today. Please hide, please hide. How are you?
Hello.
How are you doing?
You look lovely.
As do you.
Thank you.
Are you excited about your date?
I am super excited. I think I'm in a good space.
You're in a good space?
Yes.
Do you want to be in a better space? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, me too.
No. She was my guest. You're so pretty.
I know.
Thank you.
That's the same thing
I like how
said
she
to
looked at my
Roberto.
feet and like, you're so pretty.
All of you are so pretty.
Thank you. You are too.
Thank you.
Car is just really high on the, the
Compliments.
Pretty quotient.
Yeah, very high. Okay, let's drive off.
Yes,
Chalo.
let's go.
Who are we meeting? पहले नाम तो बताइए जीजू का.
Yeah, so his name is Sahas. And
Sahas?
Yeah,
Sahas.
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 Yeah.
Brave. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And he is a copywriter. He works for an ad agency.
Okay.
And we've been talking for 2 weeks now. So I think that's what I liked about him because, you know, he didn't immediately hit me up and he was like, wanna catch up. Nothing of that sort happened. It was
Okay.
very like, hey, we were like exchanging some banter. memes,
Creative.
Fun vibe. And he loves fish fry. He loves fish thali. So we're going to have fish thali.
सच बताना. Are you more excited about the fish थाली?
You got me.
I mean, मेरा मन कर रहा है कि हम चले इस डेट पे actually.
We can.
But thali is such a good idea, I feel, because even if you're not able to talk or come up with a topic, you can always address the food. There is so much of it.
You just mentioned that you spoke for 2 weeks.
Yes.
What's your vetting process like? At what point you were like कि हाँ आप डेट पे जा सकते हैं?
So firstly, though, while I'm looking at the profile, I like guys who have this goofy vibe. Someone you can like roast. Firstly, he had a very cringe bio, so that was my.
What was his bio?
His bio said, "People call me Sahas, but you can call me. Please call me." I was like, you
That's
can do
cute.
better. Looking at your profile, you can do better.
I love
than
lame
this.
jokes. It's very endearing.
Yeah, and you can also like, then you know that this person likes being roasted. They can take jokes on themselves. And then I have to exchange Instagram handles because Instagram gives you like a vibe check.
For sure.
Another vibe check it gives you is I go and see their following list. And there are guys, and I have matched with guys who only follow girls. Like guy friends nahi hai. Pages, stand-up, nothing.
And only interact with hot girl pictures.
You got it. Yes.
I have friends like that.
Yeah. So then that's a little shady, at least for me.
Yeah, some people are very strategic. You know, with likes. You like because you want a response.
Response.
You want the other person to
Yeah.
know that you've liked it. Which is like modern age pickup line.
Yeah, you also sense a pattern, right? Like, are they only liking girl pictures? If there are people I never see their likes on memes, nothing, only hot girl pictures, then that's sus.
शौकीन आदमी शौक है शौक बड़ी चीज है you know as they say.
So I have this group with 2 of my girlfriends, and it's called Anonymous. Okay.
Wow. This is, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
सही है I like कि कुछ इधर उधर का नाम नहीं रखा simple
Yeah.
no nonsense सीधी बात no
Anonymous,
बकवास.
yeah.
And then there's a vibe check from my friends also. Shruti is my best friend, and she will vet a guy. Because I am a massive people pleaser in general. Like, I think, he's fine. But if Shruti agrees, then it's definitely a catch. And then you need to go on that
Shruti,
date.
we thank you for your service. Every single day, we appreciate
Thank you. Thank you.
My best friend, Hetal, she's like my feedback board. So I think, so she's known all my stories through the years. We went to college together. So I think she knows my patterns. So she knows that the guys I end up dating largely are not my type. But the guys I end up meeting and then she's just like, it's like your choices with dating is pathetic. So we have this like ladder. There's like you said,
Right.
then there's soft boy. A soft boy is a you can publicly have lunch with. Right? So it's like you have these ladders and one has to graduate to get to relationship.
It's the food chain of dating.
Yeah.
Oh my god, love it.
Yeah. Also, I think because being an actor, you're just so much in. I don't know. Everything is so visible.
Yes.
कांड तो सब करते हैं, है ना? Like real life में भी, but उनका इतना visible नहीं होता और digital footprint नहीं होता उसका.
Obviously.
As an actor, it becomes more important
out
to
there.
have a core group that is your,
Obviously.
that you talk to. I mean, not like I take her advice all the time. She has a great perspective though.
But we all know Hetal's working overtime. Come on. I mean, we all have patterns. Our best friends are really working overtime. Somebody needs to pay them.
You know, it's actually so interesting. Like, if I'm really smitten by someone, I adapt their personality.
Listen, I am the same person.
Like, I have become vegan.
Oh my god.
And she's like, iska kuch nahi hone wala. Because where you have to please by becoming like them,
Yeah.
you're not going to be able to sustain it.
I pick up their words also.
But we have to figure it out. Why do we do this? Why do we become them to be able to be
Good
with
question.
them?
But
I
it's
need
like
to figure
code
this out.
switching, no? It's like how when people go to a different country, you also get a little bit of an
Yeah,
accent.
correct.
Because you want
You
to
want to
belong.
fit in.
That sense of wanting to belong, I think is a very natural human need.
Yeah.
But somewhere, I think there should be a certain line.
How do you navigate fame and dating?
I don't think I end up going on dates. It ends up being calls or texts or whatever because public spaces, it's a huge luxury because, I mean, obviously there are some places I can go and nobody bothers or anything or nobody even cares. But most places you're very conscious because, and then you start like, I think being the version that is pleasant as opposed to actually being real, actually crossing your legs and eating like a, chill person. So I feel like that performative aspect comes in.
Also, physical appearance is still so much at the core of dating. Knowing very well that it's so short-lived, right? It's the connection. It's the intellectual mating. It's the coming together of two spiritual souls that really matters at the end of the day.
Damn bougie.
It is very bougie, but I'm sorry, this is what works at the end of the day. Do you guys
I think
not
in terms
think
of
that?
evolution, I think it is very natural for the male or female species to attract the other. It's just how it's happened. So if you're talking about desirability, I do think these are typical things, but there is also desirability in finding comfort with the other person. But also time ke saath hota hai na, or with friendship, or whatever, like those things. Instantly milke on the first date itself, you have to know my full history of trauma. I mean, kaise hoga?
वो तो कैसे होगा?
हाँ.
वो तो नहीं हो
Oversharing.
सकता. And I feel like a lot of people who also do come with trauma, they're also very scared of when do they open up about their trauma. Like I have a friend who has her fair share of trauma in her life and she's always scared that, if I unload my trauma on this person,
Will that be used against me in a fight? This is
Weaponized
a red
Oh my
flag
God.
with glitter on it.
But you'll only find it out way later.
glittered red flags. Sobhita is just coming here dropping these slangs. She's given us soft boy, she's given us glittered red flags. You're doing amazing.
Thank you, I
sweetie.
needed this.
I just want to say that.
But also, I dated someone long back who would make fun of my pronunciations. And initially, I am a very chill person. I would also roast myself because I was like, yeah, it's funny. I mispronounced moment. I said moment. It's so funny. Ha ha. But it kept repeating to a point where it would happen in friend circles.
You'd feel shamed.
I would feel shamed and I would feel so conscious that even like for years later after
not
that,
nice, yeah.
I would think twice before using a big word because I was like, oh, what if I mispronounce it and what if everyone makes fun of me? Once when I discussed this with a friend, she was like, hey, that's not cool. This shouldn't have happened. Like he was a very nice guy, but he didn't know what he was doing subconsciously.
There's a lot of unlearning you have to do. You know, we also pick like toxic traits from people thinking that it's a cool thing to do. Like this guy used to correct my pronunciations like an aeroplane, right? I used to call it aeroplane. And it's aeroplane. It's such a slight
thing.
difference of pronunciation. And then I started correcting people until I realized that why the am I being a I don't need to be this person.
So
I was
true.
in a room where, I mean, it was a work room where were and were. Like in English, W is were and V is were. I didn't know. I grew up speaking, my brain functions in Telugu and English and then came Hindi. So in the process of all these very, very phonetically different languages, I would say were. Like welcome.
Yeah.
Like
Well,
Wiki. Not Wiki.
I've been corrected. It's like it's a vogue from under
Oh.
the teeth. Stick your lip under vogue.
Vogue.
So I just found that in this room, there was a character that was Vernie.
Okay.
And therefore did not know. She's like so Vernie, she doesn't even know these differences. In my head, I'm just like, but मुझे तो सब same ही sound कर रहा है.
Yeah.
I'm like, I am this character. And
Maybe I am the Bernie in the room and that's okay.
And yeah, the problem was not that they made fun of it. The problem was that being made to like feeling small about it. I think it's so nice to like be like you know, if you know more than one language, that is already so amazing.
And
You
it's
can
not
connect.
even your primary language.
Exactly.
You know, like even if it was your primary language, I think we've established that correcting your pronunciation and making fun of your pronunciation is a huge red flag.
That's
I
not
think
cool. That's not
it's not
nice.
cool. Okay, we will talk about crying in anger. Oh my god,
yes.
it's such a problem. Every time
I
have
watched
to-
your reel also
Yeah,
on it.
every time I have to confront someone and I'm like really angry, I just end up crying and making a complete fool out of myself.
Oh my god.
Because no points are put across, but tears are put across. That only make things worse. As we all
Why
know.
do we cry, but?
I think it's beautiful.
I
It's a way
also
of
agree.
release. I think if anything, it would be great if men can be educated in it. That also women so hormonally driven, no?
Yeah.
I think it should be mandatory. Like on these phones, they come with inbuilt apps. Every phone should come with a period tracker app. So you know the hormonal
Yes,
cycles.
please.
Normalize downloading the app on your boyfriend's phone.
Yes.
More than even your phone.
Like
He
they
can
should
give you a
track
heads up.
when you've ovulated and when you're feeling like unstable. She does not need a solution. She needs cheesecake.
Oh my
Like,
god.
Yeah.
Why do they give a solution? Like, I need someone.
cheesecake.
This is my green flag. If they just let you rant. And they're like, haan, bol, sab badas nikal, I'm just listening. Not be, oh, but your friend was right when she said, no. Just listen to me right now.
I really want to know from you two beautiful ladies here. What is the green flag that's gonna make you go, I do. And you can do me.
You know, when I start liking someone, I always ask them about like which is their favorite football club. And usually guys are very like into that shit, okay? So they'll be like, oh, I'm into Man City, this is my favorite player and all of that. Then I'll follow those pages. I'll try to know more about. So I'm trying to get to know why he likes this club. What does he like? So I like that energy reciprocated. So this one guy actually went and made a list of all the Taylor Swift songs I have on my highlights and told me that I've heard all these songs, and he discussed the whole lyrics with me. What do you think? What is your interpretation of this lyric? So I think all these are green flags. Like
That's
they're
so
really
sweet.
trying to get to know you.
I was rereading this book all about love by Bell Books, and she talks about how love, for instance, there has not been a concrete definition of love.
Yeah.
And even when dictionary speaks about it, it speaks about a sexual attraction more than anything else.
Right.
And how when this author went back and studied that is there really a definition of love, she could not find anything but one thing, and that was also by a man. There was no female gaze on love in literature as much as there was male gaze.
Yeah.
Which truly also defines that we've not really cracked love now.
I think love is hope.
I would agree, and I have written this somewhere in one of my notes. It is hope.
It is hope, and you know, one very beautiful thing I also just want to add to this feeling of hope, that love a lot of times is used as a noun when it should really be used and applied as a verb. And I think that is just such a beautiful thought that I leave you with. As for my green flags, मेरा flag अभी धोने के लिए गया हुआ है. Color bleed होगा, क्या होगा, रंग अभी पता नहीं है. Moving on. I think hopeless romantic as a term should be retired now. It should be hopeful romantic, because at least there's something they believe in. And as Aishwarya and you rightfully concluded that love is hope. For you, for instance, I mean, how is it different? Like when you were young, we were just really excited if a guy looked at us certain way or gave us like a rose on Valentine's Day, and we would feel कि ये तो हो ही गया, मेरे बच्चों का बाप तो यही है, चुन्नू और मुन्नू आपसे ही आएंगे. But now, like you go on several dates. It's a cycle of like meeting people, falling in love with them, falling out of love with them. So how do you think things have changed for you?
For me, I think giving me time is the bare minimum. And for the longest time, I was in this pattern of dating guys who didn't give me enough time. Because I felt like, oh, when he's giving it to me, it's something special. It means I've earned his time. Now, I think it's changed. If a guy doesn't like meet me for like quite some time, or, you know, takes ages to reply, I am slowly evolving that to like a place where I'm like, oh, this is a red flag, or this is not something I want. I want to sleep peacefully at night and not wonder why you didn't message me all day.
और इतना time किसके पास है कि 3-3, 4-4 दिन wait करे कि reply करे? I feel like life is spent in those 3 days.
There are 10 other guys messaging me thanks to dating apps. So yeah, I'm going to talk to them instead and explore something what can happen with them rather than wait for this dude to wake up.
Yeah. I feel the idea of love is also different in metro cities and in like towns that don't have as much access.
Yes.
You've moved, for instance.
So I grew up in Vizag. My parents still live there. And obviously there's a certain, and it's a simple, traditional family, upper middle class, which is a very large section of India. And where you might not have the hardcore orthodoxy, but also you don't have absolute progressiveness. It's somewhere in the middle, and you navigate that with whatever grace you can muster. I think I have realized with time that actually some of my notions are conservative because of my conditioning. I am judgmental about certain things, or I believe I should conduct myself in a certain way with men because such is my conditioning. कि अच्छा ऐसे टाइप के कपड़े पहन के जाओगे तो शायद ऐसे impression होगा. वो जो मुझे नहीं चाहिए. I don't want people to think of me poorly. Instead of being like, no, I like to be this way because it's a way of expression. I used to cater to that because I wanted that approval, that thappa, which comes from the conditioning that ऐसे लड़कियों को ऐसे judge किया जाता है. So I think with time I've had the luxury of being able to question a lot of my conditioning, and not everything is bad, because I feel like in that generation, while there may not be complete success rate with happy marriages, at least commitment was honored with a lot more, you know, dedication. Ab wo kam hai. So I feel like my journey to Mumbai for college and the radical change I went through, you know, like the shock value, I've changed a lot, man. And honestly, when I see a lot of girls who are from, like, say, very urban sectors, I can't relate. But at the same time, a girl in a village who looks at me in a night match or whatever, she cannot relate to me also.
Of course.
So there's no fixed reality. I'm growing, I'm changing.
What are some things that shocked you, like off the top of your head, like when you made the move? What are some things that...
I think the idea of a dating app was like shocking to me because, you know, there's such stigma around it, right? Because it's like, oh, you're putting yourself, it's like you're making yourself available. It's like you don't have anybody, therefore, you know, there was stigma around it which makes you as a girl feel like reaching out is not decent. Where reaching out is not dignified. We should only be offered and then choose कि works doesn't work. But I feel like उसके चक्कर में ऐसा बहुत कुछ है जो communicate नहीं होता है. A girl does not have the opportunity sometimes to understand what she likes or doesn't like. क्योंकि जब तक बात नहीं करोगी बहन तो कैसे पता चलेगा तुम्हें क्या अच्छा लगता है?
It's so empowering to choose your own man. I feel like when there is conditioning like this, the joy of dating and the joy of choice is just completely lost.
When it comes to something like dating the way we know it or through apps, you have the option of trying to understand someone and taking a call. It's a choice. And when a choice goes wrong also, I feel like somewhere you don't feel cheated. You feel like, okay, that was a mistake and I'm human. And I will find a way to make better choices for myself. So I think it's important not to say that mistakes नहीं होंगे, but होंगे तो भी ठीक है. ये life है. Life is a work in progress. So that is my main thing.
See, love is hope, life is learning. It's hope and learning and learning and hope, and somewhere there is sex in the middle. That's pretty much how life works and how
I think if it's like a seesaw, hope and learning, I think desire is like the fulcrum.
Fulcrum, yeah!
Oh my god!
That's your bumper, that's your bumper. Aishwarya, for you live alone and you've grown up in this city, but you've chosen to move out of your parents' house, which is good for you. I'm very happy for you. Why? And how tough it is to do that, because parents are like, क्यों रहना है तुम्हें अकेले? लड़कों से मिलना है? Like I think that
Sound like my mom.
हाँ मुझे पता है तुम्हें अकेले क्या करना है.
Yeah, I've lived in Mumbai all my life, and then at 24, 25, I saw a few friends live by themselves. And I was like, this is something I want to do. I've never been away from home. Like, I am financially independent. So why not live by myself and explore how it feels to have your own space, make your own rules, cook your food, manage your finances. So yeah, it was my mom was not very happy. My dad was pretty chill about it. And there have been people in my like relatives and all who've like told my mom that, hey, I would never allow my daughter to do this. And I've explained to my mom that there is no such thing as allowing someone to do it. And let me fail. If it's not a good experience living by myself, if it's not like safe for me, I will figure out. I will be like, okay, it was my decision, my mistake. I learned from it. But I should have the opportunity to make my mistake. I know for a fact if a guy was living by himself, the parents of the girl he's marrying would think, oh wow, financially independent, not dependent on his parents, has like his own space. That's a great thing. But just because a girl is doing it, it's considered a little bit like, why is she doing it? Why does she not want to live with her parents? Kuch gadbad hai kya?
Arey yaar, chill out. I think the whole world needs to chill the hell out a little bit. Oh my god, really. Chill, please. We are learning, we're making mistakes. Please let us be. Please, let us breathe.
Yeah.
Okay. This has been very enlightening. It's so interesting to know perspectives, you know, especially on, you know, moving cities and how that changes dating, young and old, independence and living with your parents. I feel like there is so much in this episode. It's like a warm hug, to be really honest. It's like a chai, garam chai on a rainy day. Although I'm not into chai at all. But ये वाली chai मैं पीना चाहूँगी, friends. On that note, हम पहुँच गए हैं हमारी लोकेशन पे जहाँ पर आप जाने वाली हैं फिश थाली की तरफ. For प्यार, इश्क और पापलेट. Today I got to know pomfret को पापलेट बोलते हैं.
Yeah.
We have something for you before you go. Sobhita, just do the honors.
Oh my god! Because too many fish in the sea.
Yes.
I needed this. It's very cute.
Even if things don't go the way you want them to go tonight, you still have a fish to cuddle with.
Yeah.
I might or might not.
डूब जाना है इसके साथ जो करना नहीं no प्यार में डूबते हैं. That's what you know. You don't fall in love. Okay, whatever. My point is, you have someone with you who's going to take care of you. And if things don't go the way you want them to go,
remind me of you too. Whenever things go bad.
Call us from the underwater. We shall come with a boat.
Oh my god. Bye. Thank you. Bye. See you. Take care.
I really liked her.
She's so confident.
क्या पापलेट खाने चले क्या सोबिता?
I want to have pani puri.
You know what? That's like my only craving in Mumbai. Pani puri and seafood.